I am your friend. Suppose I am girl, like this. So I will give you 200 money because how are you? Are you fine? Are you okay?
Yes, absolutely. I'm good. And how is the weather over there? Is it too cold?
No, no, no. It is not cold here. That's why I didn't wear sweater. You can consider. And there is my bike also. I put this is forest area only for making short video. Here I had come. You can consider. So there I parked my bike. And here while walking I'm making video. Yes, I'm talking with you.
Okay, so I saw your video that you bought a bike and you were riding on your bike. So how did you learn?
Yes, actually, riding bike I learned in one day only.
In one day, okay. Did you
Yes.
take anybody's help or you learned on your own?
Mm, actually, before I think 1 years, I was riding a bike. Like that was others' bike. Yes, but I think up to 2 days, I was riding their bike. So 1 years around, I had stopped riding bike. Before I used to ride others' bike. So little bit, information and knowledge I had. That's why I could learn in one day. I think it is possible to learn, riding bike and scooty. Like in one day, you can learn. If you know very well riding cycle, then don't think that you can't learn. In one day, it will be possible for you. Like in one day, you can learn all, clutch, that all, everything you will learn in one day. If you know cycling, so definitely you can also learn riding bike, scooty, both. Yes.
And your
It,
father, did he also learn to ride?
yes, yes, he knows. He knows. He knows more than me. He knows more than me.
Oh,
Like he can take many
great, great,
people. Yes, because
great.
he's very expert. That's why.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, okay, Jadu. That's great. I saw all your videos, and those videos were excellent. And people are loving you, and people are watching, and you are growing in your life. That is also loving people. So, one thing I would like to ask you is that, Jodu, there are few days are left to enter in the year 2025. We have spent so many months and so many days in this year into 2024. So, what is the biggest lesson that you learned in this year? What lessons you learned? What did you learn this year?
In this, years, like in this years, you are asking, right? What did you learn, right?
Yes, yes.
You know very well, like this is, I think, 2024,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in this
Right.
years, I learned many things. And, if
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about English, before, when it was year of 2023, that time, I had less knowledge about English. Mostly, I was unable
Mm-hmm.
to know about vocabularies of English. But I think in this 2024, I learned many vocabularies and advanced types of vocabularies. I learned. And now, like suppose a person, yes, like if you are from village, and if you have started lately, like recently, if you have started speaking English, I think if I will give you around, can be 50 verbs. 50 verbs otherwise can be vocabularies like word meaning I will give you. And there I will write also meaning in Hindi and English word, and beside that, which is Hindi meaning. So I think you will think that this is more, I can't learn, right? I can't
Mm-hmm.
learn because this is 50
Yes.
around. So in one day, it is not possible from me. Like this, you will think. But if I'll talk about myself, I improved to learn vocabulary. So if you will, if you will think about me that I can learn around 100 vocabularies in one day. Now that much,
Mm-hmm.
my mind has increased, like which is power of mind because of
Mm-hmm.
learning every day. That's why now I can learn around 100 vocabularies in one day. I can remember like this. And like this thing I got in this year, like improvement in my mind, like to learn anything easily. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And if I talk about what was the biggest achievement of this year? What did you achieve in this year?
In this year, what will I say? Bike. I could buy this bike also. I got
Okay.
achievement
Okay.
also. You can say this, and I bought many things. You can consider mobile also, and now I will build house also. You can consider. So many things I'm getting from YouTube nowadays because I'm working on YouTube continuously. And YouTube is providing money also. Every month,
Yes.
I think monthly is providing. YouTube is providing. If I will keep uploading videos, so and if around
Mhm.
1,000, 2,000 people will keep watching my video, so monthly I can earn enough. You can consider, yes, it
So
happens.
how did you feel? How did you feel when you got the first payment? And what was the reaction of your family?
Actually, first payment I think I'd got in month of January around, I think. So that time I had felt very well, and all my families they when they came to know like Jadu like before they used to say me, yes, they used to say me, Jadu, don't work, don't waste your time on YouTube, just you make video on YouTube, you speak English very well, you learn English, that is good, but don't come on YouTube, don't waste your time, but you are learning English, that is good, like this they were saying. But when they saw money, so actually, before getting money from YouTube, I was saying them like, what am I saying that I will get money like this, but they were not getting believed. Like they were thinking that no, YouTube will not give money. Why will why will YouTube give you money? So like this. But when I got fast payment from YouTube, all my family got excited, and they got happy on me. And asked me people from my village, they started saying that before they were making fun of me. So now they said that Jadu, like in this age, at young age, like us me students are like you, like in same class, no one is earning but you earn money. So that's good, like this everyone appreciate me nowadays, in my village, because I earn at young age, I think, like I no one is
Absolutely.
earning. Yes, yes, that's why.
Absolutely. You deserve. You deserve appreciation. So how did you spend your first payment? What did you do with your first payment?
First payment, I bought, what will I say, clothes that all for sisters and brothers, like this. And I spent money for that clothes mostly, I think, fast payment from YouTube. Yes,
Okay. So do you
like this.
have your grandparents from your paternal or from your maternal side? Do you have grandparents?
Grand? No, no, no. Grandmother.
You have only your grandmother.
Grandmother, I had, I think, he passed away. Yes, I think before 7 months. My grandfather.
Oh, your
Yes.
grandfather
Now
has
in my
had
family,
passed away.
6 members totally. We are three siblings you can consider, and my parents and my grandmother. Yes,
Okay.
like this.
So do you spend time with your grandmother?
Yes, yes. I spend, she keeps telling a story. So really, I like
Oh,
story. She keeps telling a story that all. So I like, and many stories. Like ancient story. It means like before what had happened, because now they born around I think in 90, 40, 40, 45 around is what will I say about year, right? So that time lots of story about our area. Like actually my parents also don't know about that, so she keeps telling about that, like this time like this was happening in our time when we were like that time like easily buy if you have 1 rupee only, so you can buy a lot of thing, right? That time
right, right.
only one
Mm-hmm.
rupee, 5 rupees. You if you have, so you would buy a lot of things, but nowadays you can't. It is not possible buy this money in this time. So
Right.
like this story, I keep hearing, from my grandmother. So many stories also she keeps telling. And who's my grandfather? He was very good, and he was telling very good story. Yes, yes. Like what will I say? Mostly about priest, like this stories he was telling. Yes, like
Okay.
this. So one
Okay.
story I
Great.
heard, actually I don't know mostly, like a boy was going there and he got one hair, part of hair, and suddenly she started, knowing, like she got excited a lot that whose hair can be this, like this, like part of hair. I think that can be of
Mm-hmm.
one girl, I think, who was taking bath in river, like this story she was telling that, and he waited and he started finding, and suddenly, by fellow, he started finding that girl, whose hair
Oh,
was that, like he had found in river when he was taking his bath, like this. So many excited a story, like I was hearing from my grandfather also and mother also. Now I'm hearing from my mother, because now I had no grandfather. That's why that
okay.
time. And I was
Okay.
sleeping, like in summer season, it was very good to hear. In our side, like we will sleep on, roof, you can consider a roof. And that time, while sleeping, like while looking up, so he will tell us a
Mm-hmm.
story very good. And all, like children, Asni's children, I mean, neighbor who you can consider, so they used to come to me. And, like they
Mm-hmm.
used to come to our home and they, for listening, a story from my grandfather. Many children. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And he was very good
Great.
also, my grandfather, you can think that. Like he was giving money to other also. Like suppose he will get one, child. on the road, and he doesn't have money, so he will provide him. Like, he was very helpful
Oh,
person, you can consider. Yes, he was
okay.
very good person. Yes, everyone he will give
Okay.
money also. 10 rupees, 20 rupees, if you don't have, he will give you. No problem. Like this.
Gen
Yes.
oh, generous person. Okay. So if I tell you to tell two qualities about you, what would you say about if I tell you to give two adjectives about you? So what adjectives would you like to give for yourself?
Actually, what will I give? Like, my behavior, should be well. You can consider behavior, and helpful person. I told you, like my grandfather, like this. So, I also help people. So far, many people, like, if you will check in Jharkhand, many people, like, they were helped by me. Yes, and on Skype application, I added them on group. I added them, and they started talking with people. Now, many people from my caste, they developed, like, in this field.
Hmm.
And before me, I think no one was from my caste. Everyone were considering about Santhal. Like, I'm Adivasi. You can consider Adivasi. ST, ST,
Hmm.
ST caste. Yes. So
I
many
know.
people who used to think about ST that they are wicked in English, they can't speak English, and mostly ST people are not educated. Also, like this, they were thinking. But due to me, many people watch my video and they were helped, and they are also talking with girls, boys, everyone. So now they have also created YouTube channel. So I got happy that from my tribe also, like, no one is less than anyone. So they are starting, and in my village, everyone, like, wants that our children should learn from Jadu, like this.
Hmm.
So now I'm teaching around 15 students at home, and I think after some days, the number of students will get increased, I think. And around, I'm going to build one house there. I will teach some students also, institute like that.
Okay.
So that's why it is called skill. English speaking is called skill. If you have knowledge about English, if you know only speaking, I think it is not possible, I think. But if you know also grammar, right? Grammar, that also, I think you can teach easily if you have knowledge. Just knowing speaking, I think we can't teach any students, because we know only
Right.
speaking. So how will we teach? We don't know the rules, tenses. That also, how will we teach? That's why I am trying to improve my grammar also, so that I can teach them well, and they can learn from me. And they learn from mostly students. Suppose you will teach me, yes, and I don't know English, and you are also suppose I am 17, 18 years old, yes, for example, I am telling you, and you are also 17, 18 years old, so I can learn easily from you. I think mostly students are not learning from teachers, right? They are unable to learn mostly.
Hmm.
They are having to
Hmm.
give more attention. But if if any students who is at same age like you, suppose he is 16, and he will teach you, he has knowledge more than you. So I can easily you will learn from him, because he is also, he can make you understand very well, because he's, like,
Yes.
same age. You- So it
Be-
happened also in class. What happens when, teachers who teaches us math. So he comes, sometime, in case of need, like, he says to such students, who is good at in math. Yes, he will say,
Mhm.
suppose I'm good at math, and teacher will say me, Jadum, you know math very well, more than, like, more than all students in your class. So please make group, like, here seven person will sit, and there, and among seven person, yeah, like, you should go, and you have to tell them what should they do, right? So like this, easily they are learning. Like this, it is happening in my class. So that's why, I came to know that also from, like, who is in same age like you. So I think he can teach you easily, you can understand. Yes, that's why we
Yes.
learn together in class. Yes, like maths, that all I teach them, suppose, like this. English also. Yes.
Yes. Actually, students feel hesitation to ask questions, a lot of questions to teachers. That is the reason. They fear a lot. That is the reason they don't ask. Whatever doubts they have, they don't clear. So the
Yes,
next
yes, you
question
are
is
right.
that.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes.
So the next question is that what would you like to do for society? As you are already a kind of famous person, and definitely you are going to achieve a lot of things in the upcoming years. So how would you contribute yourself for society? What would you like to do for society?
What will I do,
For your
for society? For society, I want to open institute. From one side, you can say, like, I want to make all people educated person, right? This is
Mhm.
my first thing. All person will become educated person, because I think mostly people from village, they are wicked and they are not educated also, and some parents are not liking to send their children to school also. Like, they will not send their
Mhm.
children, like, why will he study, like this they think, and they are not like knowing about value of education, right? So for then, I will make them understand. And if any person is poor, little bit, as much as possible, I will help him like this. I do. So like I like to do this also. Suppose, if any students, is very poor, and weak also at English. So I will teach him, and I will not take more money from him, right? So like this, I can teach them, and so that I can help them to make their life, get success, as I got success like this. And due to me, I had a friend also, he got success. I think he completed many subscribers now. Everyone respect him, and before, when he was not my friend, you can consider. I think 1 years before I made him my friend him. Actually, one day, I was making one video in the forest. And suddenly, he came across me and asked me, Jadu, what are you doing here? But he used to know my name. So he had come, suppose there, that forest is there, I had gone there for making video. So I think there is also a school, from school side he was going there, and he found me in the forest. I was, I had, like what will I say? I had stayed there, yes, in the forest. I was recording some voices there, and he heard, and he was thinking that, who is speaking loudly there. I was making over my spoken English language that time, practicing, you can consider. So he found me and he told me, and he was also very eager to learn English language. So he found me, Jadum, what are you doing? So I told him, I am learning English language here. So he said to me, I also want to learn English language. Can you make me my friend? Since then, he became my friend and he started coming to my home. So like this, he learned from me. And now, before, when he was unable to speak English language, that time, he was smoking. Do you know smoking? And he was watching bad
Yes.
video reels, that all he was smoking bidi cigarette. I think in Hindi you understood. And daru, that all, he was alcohol that he was using. But now when he, got along with me, so he started, he
Mm.
stopped to use this all thing. You can consider. Now he became
Okay.
good person. Like now people are appreciating him in his village. That due to Jadu, you became good person now. Because you are living with him, you are always go to his home. Now you got holidays because Christmas holidays. So now every day he comes to my home for improving his English. Because now holidays time, that's why. Yes. Like this,
Great.
I help. Yes.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful thing that you have inspired your friend too. So the next question is that how is your relation with your friends? How do you behave with your friends? What do you do for your friends?
Actually, with my friend, I will behave very, very well. Not only with my friend, but I think, according to me, we should behave with everyone well, right? We should deal with nicely, like with everyone. It is not like that only with friend, like we have to behave well, and I think, suppose I'm his friend, so I will behave well, and I want that he will also behave with me well, you can consider. But I think there I saw many people also, they have friend also. And suppose you have friends, so you will behave with them very well, you will give them money, but they will not behave with you well, right? It happens with some people, I think. So they will,
Yes.
what will I, they will put you down also from
Mm.
inside, like this some people are. But some people are, from both side, you can consider, like their friend also good, and like herself, you can suppose you are also good and your friend will also good. So I think, it is good, you can consider. But if you will become bad person and you are good and they will become bad person, it is not good, right? From both side,
Absolutely.
like they will also help you and you will also. Suppose today you don't have money. Suppose you need 200 money, and I am your friend, suppose I am girl, like this. So I will give you 200 money because you don't have. So at what time, I will not have, that time you will give me, like this, right? We have to help each other. Yes.
Absolutely. We need to help each other. Absolutely. So do you feel that friends have importance in our life? What do you think? Do they have
Yes.
importance in our life?
Yes, friend is important, friend is important also. Like, for what will I say, for helping to each other also, for anything, like whatever you want, like you can, suppose, whatever you have to buy, as I told you, that money, for money also, for anything, for help. Suppose you need help, so you can help, you can get help from your friend, right? Suppose one day you
Yes.
will get, ill, so your friend will come on time and he will, you know take you to a hospital, like, right? And if you don't have any friends, suppose you live alone at home, and you don't, keep in touch with anyone at home, suppose, so no one
Mhm.
will like to come to you and no one like to talk to you, right? It is right, I think. That's why we have to become social person. We have to become social person, with everyone we have to behave well, so that they will also behave, in what will I say, in sad time.